Hi, my name is Dr. Lane Weaver, and I'm the low brass instructor here at Utah State University. Thank you for taking a few minutes to review these tips on preparing your UMEA All-State audition. I hope they provide some helpful thoughts and considerations to aid your preparation process. Here are some general preparation suggestions to keep in mind. First, do your best to learn the excerpts correctly right off the bat. Studies show that the more you place something correctly toward the beginning of the learning process, the more efficient your learning is, the more accurate your learning is, and the greater your retention is. Toward that end, I would suggest biting off small chunks, perhaps 2 to 4 measures at a time, or even less if needed, and learning the passages slowly. Start practicing at whatever tempo allows you to play things correctly as soon as possible. Also, use a metronome. There are a few instances in these excerpts where natural tendencies to hesitate will emerge. A metronome will help keep our pulse honest. I would further suggest using a drone to help support your pitch accuracy. A drone is simply a long, sustained tone, most often played on the tonic or first note of the scale or key you're playing. Drones can easily be found online and will provide a great baseline for tuning each interval you play. Be sure you tune to the drone before you practice. An electronic tuner or tuning app on a phone can help settle your pitch. Make a plan for your preparation. An audition is not something you can cram for. Make calendar goals that provide a framework to guide your preparation. For example, you may set up weekly goals for how many measures you want to learn at a time, or how much you want to increase your tempo as the audition approaches. Make sure you take into account times when family commitments, school activities, or other busy things might leave you with a little bit less time to practice in any given week. Let your plan be your guide, and you'll be ready to go about a week or so before the audition. This will help you make the best and most confident recording you can. Finally, make sure your instrument is working well. It's critical that your valves are free and your tuning slides can be adjusted. You don't want your equipment holding you back. All right, let's take a look at the tuba music. In addition to our meter and our key signature, our first glance at the music reveals a variety of tempos, styles, dynamics, and articulations. It's important to know what all the tempo and style markings mean, as they need to guide your playing. For example, right off the bat, we see Allegro Giacoso. Allegro is a tempo marking indicating a faster tempo, and Giacoso is a style marking meaning playfully. The middle portion of the audition shows Adagio Grandioso. Adagio means a slower tempo, and Grandioso means probably what you think it means, to play in a bold, grand, or majestic style. We also see Leggero, meaning lightly or gracefully at measure 5, and later at measure 20 we see Calando, which directs us to play in a gradually decreasing tempo and dynamic. Starting with the Allegro Giacoso, be sure to follow the marked articulations very precisely. Be very clear about what is slurred and what is not. In the first and third measures, there is a natural tendency to be late coming off the tied 16th notes. Working slowly with a metronome will help you avoid that common slip-up. It's very important to maintain a steady 8th note pulse through the 7/8 bars. As you practice, set your metronome to 8th notes to help your transitions in and out of these measures. Also, pay close attention to the accents without adding weight to the notes around those accents. In measure 7, it may feel natural to emphasize the G on beats 2 and 4, and also the low C in measure 8. However, you'll want to avoid accenting these notes so that the written accents are more effective. In measures 11 and 12, we once again want our articulations to be clear and defined. Mapping out breath marks is essential. Decide what breaths work best for you and be sure to avoid interrupting the musical lines. This will be especially helpful between measures 9 and 14 since there are no rests. Moving on to the Adagio Grandioso. It's important to maintain steady airflow through this lower passage. Cleanly connecting the low notes can demonstrate your development in the low register. First, practice measures 15, 16, and 19 with slurs to emphasize your airflow and connection. Once that is established well, you can add articulation without separating the notes. Also, pay close attention to the diminuendo in measure 18 leading into the quarter note triplet. The accented notes in measure 19 should be controlled and not played too loudly. Finally, we return to Allegro Giacoso. As before, accurate articulations are key. In measure 23, play the high G without hesitation. This note is the climax of the line and should be played with full confidence and resonance. We've invited one of our recent Utah State University music education graduates to demonstrate the tuba audition for you. This is the current band director and orchestra director at Butler Middle School, Mr. Enrique Tellez. Allstate can be a wonderful experience as you work with highly renowned professionals and some of the best high school musicians in the state. Please do not hesitate to contact me directly if you have any questions. I'm more than happy to help. My contact information can be found on the USU website. I hope this video helps you earn your spot in this year's All-State experience. Good luck and keep making music.